Reflection is a way to stop and think about what you're doing and why, and reflecting on if you're on the right path or if you should change something. There are huge benefits with reflecting. An article in Harvard Business Review stated that employees who spend 15 minutes at the end of the day to reflect performed 20% better than those who didn't. Also, people who spent their commute to work planning and thinking about the day ahead were happier, more productive, and less burned out than people who didn't. So it's definitely a powerful tool to use. Just focusing on action and doing and doing and doing is unfortunately one of the largest reasons why people burn out. By reflecting and thinking about where you are in life and what you're doing, it's easier to set your priorities straight. Reflection is a way to understand yourself and what you're doing and will help you in the long term. But how do you actually start reflecting if that's not something that you're used to doing? The easiest way to start is to have a template of questions that you can ask yourself. I will share a couple of templates here for questions that you can ask yourselves on a few different levels so that you can pick and choose something that feels right to you. The purpose with a daily reflection is mainly to get your priorities straight and not get stuck up in the struggles that daily life gives us. This should probably be quite short so that you have time to do it every day and keep the habit up, but I've also heard about people who spend 1 hour a day on reflecting and think that has improved their life tremendously. You do what suits your life the best. I do a short reflection every day and that's what suits me. Some suggestions of questions are: what are the important things that need action today? This is to help you set your priorities straight and find out what you actually should be doing today, and not just be doing all the urgent things, but doing the things that are actually important to you. What are you grateful for? This is a great way to practice gratitude and help you become a little bit happier and see the bigger picture in life every day. So aim for having 3 things every day that you're grateful for, and preferably make those different every day so that you keep thinking about all the things in life that you're grateful for. What was your greatest accomplishment today? This is to motivate you to do good things every day. But some days you just need to appreciate that getting out of bed was a great accomplishment. There are a lot of more questions that you can add to this list, but these 3 things is a quick and easy way to start. A weekly reflection pretty much serves the same purpose as a daily reflection, but it's a bit longer and has a little bigger focus. When I started working at my current job, we had reflection as a mandatory part of our schedule for the first 6 weeks. And it was absolutely amazing. The reflection exercise that we used is called SUN in Swedish. Unfortunately, the acronym is not that beautiful in English. It's called SSLA, which stands for Successes, Storm Clouds, Learnings, and Actions. We had an hour planned every Friday to do this reflection exercise together. So the first one, Successes, is basically what successes happened in your life in the past week. Then storm clouds. What are the storm clouds in your life? What are you worrying about? What do you feel anxious about? Is there something in general that doesn't feel good? Learnings. What were your learnings in the past week? So it could be a skill that you learned, or it could be something that someone said that sparked something in you. And then the last part, which is action. So based on all the other areas, what actions do you need to take? Do you need to change something for the next week? This reflection is actually very simple and very nice to do in a group of people. So you can try doing it with your colleagues or maybe with your partner. Or of course, it's totally fine to do it by yourself if that's what you feel like. But I just wanted to say that doing a reflection in a group of people is actually quite nice, because it's good to know what struggles other people have, because it's probably the same struggles that you have in your life too. And then you can help each other. You probably have some projects and goals, either in your personal life or at work. And it's important to reflect on them too, to make sure that you're on the right track and doing the right things. Some questions that you could ask yourself is: are you working towards your most important goals and projects? Are you prioritizing your projects and goals? Do you have to change something? What and how? Is this really something that you want to be doing? By the next month, I will have achieved the following. Sometimes you need to reflect on your life as a whole. A lot of people do this mostly around New Year's and during the summer holidays when you have a break from work and school. There is a reason that a lot of people switch jobs after the summer holidays or after being on parental leave. They've had time to reflect on their priorities and values and want to make changes based on that. But you don't have to wait to reflect on your life. You can do it right now if you want to. I think this is an important area, so I have quite a few questions that you can try reflecting on. So, am I living in line with my values? Why or why not? Do I need to do something differently to be more aligned with my values? If I were to die in a year, what would I do differently? And based on that, because statistically you probably won't die in a year, fingers crossed. And based on that, should I still do one of those things now if I were to live a regularly long life? Am I fulfilling my basic needs? So sleep, nutrition, exercise, love, and relaxation, or other things that are a basis in your life. Based on the events and activities that happened in the last year or half a year or quarter, depending on how much you want to do this reflection, what should you start doing more of? What should you stop doing? And what should you continue doing? And then in general, am I on the right track in my life? To develop yourself, a great way is to reflect on yourself and your opinions of the world. If you like writing or journaling, there's a lot of great journaling prompts out there, which is basically a topic that you reflect more upon. The easiest way to do this in the long term is just to Google it and have a question for the day. But here are some great questions that I've found that you can use to start with. What is my favorite book and why? Who are you? How do you feel about your body? And don't do this if you find it triggering. Money, family, and health. How do you prioritize these 3 areas? Sit down with a coffee and a blanket to reflect, or maybe go out for a walk for a change of scenery. For me at least, it's important that I reflect when I have a peace of mind, or on the other hand, if I'm so overwhelmed, I need to reflect on what I'm doing at the moment and why everything is just spinning. But in general, to do daily and weekly reflection, it's good to not be disturbed at least. So make sure to get into a space where no one disturbs you so that you can reflect and focus on each question and get deep enough into the answers of those questions. There are a lot of other reflection exercises and questions that I haven't included in this video, but they are just a small Googling away if you want to dive deeper into the world of reflection. Reflecting on your life will help you appreciate the things that you have in your life and help you focus on the important things. If you want more tips on how you can get your life together, I recommend you check out this video on how to get your life together for 2021. If you like what you see, please subscribe because I would love to see you here more, and make sure to have a great week.